Make a Glam Rock Freddy FNAF hat with me.
Gregory.
This is the design that I made for it, and these are the materials that I used. This is not really exactly a pattern. This is just kind of me messing about with it. I plan on making a series of these hats, so I will get better at making these tutorials as I go. This is what the first row will look like, and then you just keep doing rows of double crochets until you get to the desired length that you want. You want to make sure you leave a bit of space at the bottom to put the fuzzy border of the hat.
La 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 la, la 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 la, almost.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And that was the first frog of the make. I did that several times, but I'm not going to show all of it because you get it. And here I am just trying it on to make sure it goes about halfway around the head. You might have to do more chains, depends on the size of your head, but I think I did about 42 for this. And yeah, so here I am just continuing up the base of the hat. And now I think I have the length that I want. I'm just making sure that it doesn't go past my brows because I wanted to add a layer of fuzzy yarn on the bottom. So this is just me trying it on. You can see how many rows I have now. Wow. And the hardest part of this whole project was making this background of his face. This is the part that I mean here. I figured at first that I would just do a heart shape in red and then do the blue on top of it and sew it on. I don't know. But I ended up doing something different. This is just me attempting to do the heart shape first and see how that worked. I had a feeling this wouldn't work pretty early, but I figured I would just go for it anyway. But the yarn was too thick and the heart just wasn't big enough. This is half of it. I did finish it, I just didn't record it. After that, I decided to try doing a circle in blue and then outlining it in red. Surprised the circle didn't work. I didn't record it all, but I ended up figuring it out. I made 2 ovals for the eyes, and then I just made 2 separate little triangles and sewed it all together. And then I outlined it in this thin red yarn. And this is what the face panel looks like when it's done. This is how it looks after I sewed the panel onto the base, and I just did the eyebrows with embroidery with black yarn. And I also went ahead and made these eyes. And here I am making the snow piece, but I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about how I made the eyes. For the eyes, I just made a black oval and a white circle, and I sewed those together, and then I did the pupils and the iris with embroidery in blue and black. I'm not certain on how I made the snout. I know I started with a chain of 3 or 4, And then I increased one for 2 rounds, and then I just did single crochets for 1 or 2 rounds, and then decreases to make the little middle indent. I'll put up on the screen what technique I use to make it. And at first I was just going to make it a flat piece, but then my boyfriend suggested that I make it a little bit 3D so I could put some stuffing in it, and I think he was right on that. I ended up doing it, and I ended up really liking it. Right here you can see how I made the snout at an angle, and then I think this is about as long as I made the first half of the snout. Then I just worked the exact same pattern in reverse to get the other half of it. This is after I did the decreases for the middle, and this is it completely finished. Now I'm just gonna stick it on and sew it on. And after that, I just sewed the eyes on and put it together, and then did the outline of blue on the bottom.
Listen close, follow my instructions. There is no time for introductions. He was the one that made us. You'll be the one to save us. Around, welcome to the circus. Power down, are you feeling nervous? His voice needs to deceive you. My voice just wants to leave you.